Imagine feeling constantly drained, no matter how much you rest. You're losing weight without trying, your skin is darkening, and you're plagued by nausea and dizziness. These could be signs of a hidden health threat, one that often goes undiagnosed for far too long: Addison's disease. It's a rare disorder affecting about 1 in 100,000 people, but its impact can be profound. Addison's disease is a silent epidemic, often lurking beneath the surface until it demands attention. The symptoms of Addison's disease are often mistaken for other, more common conditions, leading to delays in diagnosis and treatment. This delay can have serious consequences, as the disease disrupts the delicate balance of hormones essential for life. Understanding Addison's disease is crucial, not only for those who may be affected, but for everyone who wants to protect their health and the well-being of their loved ones. Let's meet Sarah, a vibrant 32-year-old woman who found herself battling a mysterious illness. What began as occasional fatigue escalated into persistent exhaustion, making even simple tasks feel insurmountable. Sarah noticed her skin becoming progressively tanned, even without sun exposure, and she experienced frequent bouts of dizziness and nausea. Concerned, she consulted her doctor, but her symptoms were initially attributed to stress and overwork. Weeks turned into months, and Sarah's condition continued to deteriorate. She lost a significant amount of weight despite no changes in her diet or exercise routine. The once energetic woman now struggled to get out of bed each morning, her body seemingly betraying her. Desperate for answers, Sarah sought the opinion of another doctor who finally ordered a comprehensive panel of blood tests. The results revealed a startling truth: Sarah's adrenal glands were failing, leaving her body starved for essential hormones. To understand Addison's disease, we need to delve into the intricate workings of our endocrine system, specifically the adrenal glands. These small, triangular-shaped glands sit atop our kidneys, playing a vital role in regulating various bodily functions. Think of them as hormone powerhouses, producing and releasing hormones that influence our metabolism, stress response, blood pressure, and more. Among the crucial hormones secreted by the adrenal glands are cortisol and aldosterone. Cortisol, often referred to as the stress hormone, helps our bodies respond to physical and emotional stress, regulates blood sugar levels, and influences our sleep-wake cycles. Aldosterone, on the other hand, plays a critical role in maintaining the balance of salt and water in our bodies, which is essential for regulating blood pressure. Addison's disease, also known as primary adrenal insufficiency, disrupts the adrenal gland's ability to produce these vital hormones. In essence, the body's immune system mistakenly attacks and damages the adrenal glands, impairing their function. This autoimmune response leads to a deficiency of cortisol, aldosterone, or both, throwing the body's delicate hormonal equilibrium into disarray. As the adrenal glands struggle to produce sufficient hormones, a cascade of symptoms begins to emerge. The severity and specific symptoms can vary from person to person, but they often include fatigue, weakness, weight loss, darkening of the skin, low blood pressure, salt cravings, and gastrointestinal issues like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Recognizing these symptoms and understanding their connection to adrenal insufficiency is crucial for early diagnosis and effective management of Addison's disease. Addison's disease, medically termed primary adrenal insufficiency, is a rare disorder that affects the adrenal glands, those tiny but mighty organs perched atop your kidneys. These glands are responsible for producing hormones, chemical messengers that regulate a wide array of bodily functions. In Addison's disease, the body's own immune system turns against the adrenal glands, mistaking them for invaders. This autoimmune response leads to damage and inflammation, impairing the gland's ability to produce adequate amounts of crucial hormones, primarily cortisol and aldosterone. Imagine your body as an orchestra, with hormones acting as the musicians. Each hormone plays a specific role, and their harmonious interplay ensures the smooth functioning of your body's systems. Addison's disease disrupts this harmony, as the deficiency of cortisol and aldosterone throws the orchestra into disarray. The consequences of this hormonal imbalance can be wide-ranging and significantly impact a person's overall health and well-being. Cortisol, often dubbed the stress hormone, is produced by the adrenal glands. It's not inherently bad, it helps our bodies cope with stress. Cortisol regulates blood sugar, influences sleep, and modulates the immune system. Deficient cortisol, as in Addison's disease, compromises stress response. This leads to fatigue, dizziness, and weakness, especially during stress. Aldosterone, the other key hormone produced by the adrenal glands, might not be as famous as cortisol, but it's equally crucial for maintaining the body's delicate equilibrium. Aldosterone's primary job is to regulate the balance of salt and water in the body, a process essential for maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. It does this by acting on the kidneys, signaling them to retain sodium and excrete potassium, which helps regulate fluid volume and blood pressure. When aldosterone levels plummet due to Addison's disease, the body struggles to retain sodium and water. This can lead to dehydration, low blood pressure, and an imbalance of electrolytes, those electrically charged minerals that play vital roles in various bodily functions. Electrolyte imbalances can manifest as muscle weakness, fatigue, cramping, and even heart rhythm disturbances in severe cases. Addison's disease is not a one-size-fits-all condition. Its severity can vary significantly from person to person, depending on the extent of adrenal gland damage and the degree of hormone deficiency. Some individuals may experience mild symptoms that gradually develop over months or even years. They might feel unusually tired or notice subtle changes in their skin pigmentation, but these symptoms might be attributed to other factors like stress or lifestyle. On the other end of the spectrum, some individuals may experience a sudden onset of severe symptoms, a life-threatening condition known as an adrenal crisis or Addisonian crisis. This can occur when the body is subjected to extreme stress, such as a severe illness, surgery, or a traumatic event. During an adrenal crisis, cortisol and aldosterone levels plummet dramatically, leading to a medical emergency characterized by severe dehydration, low blood pressure, shock, and even loss of consciousness. In most cases, Addison's disease stems from an autoimmune disorder. This means that the body's own immune system, designed to protect us from harmful invaders like bacteria and viruses, mistakenly identifies the adrenal glands as foreign entities. The immune system then launches an attack, sending antibodies and immune cells to target and destroy the adrenal gland tissue. The exact trigger for this autoimmune response remains a mystery, but researchers believe a combination of genetic predisposition and environmental factors might be at play. Certain genes might make individuals more susceptible to developing autoimmune diseases, including Addison's disease. Environmental factors such as viral infections or exposure to certain toxins might then trigger the autoimmune response in genetically predisposed individuals. Addison's disease often announces itself subtly, with symptoms that can easily be mistaken for other, more common conditions. This makes early diagnosis challenging, as individuals and even healthcare providers might initially attribute these symptoms to stress, overwork, or other less serious causes. However, recognizing these early warning signs is crucial, as timely diagnosis and treatment can significantly improve outcomes for individuals with Addison's disease. One of the most common early symptoms of Addison's disease is fatigue, but not the ordinary kind that disappears after a good night's sleep. Individuals with Addison's often experience profound exhaustion that persists despite adequate rest. They may find it increasingly difficult to perform daily tasks, and even simple activities like climbing stairs or carrying groceries can become Herculean efforts. This persistent fatigue should always raise a red flag, prompting further investigation to rule out underlying medical conditions like Addison's disease. As Addison's disease progresses, the symptoms often become more pronounced and diverse, affecting various systems throughout the body. Weakness, a close companion of fatigue, sets in, leaving individuals feeling physically drained and lacking the energy to engage in even light physical activity. Weight loss, often unintentional and unexplained, is another telltale sign, as the body struggles to regulate metabolism and energy balance in the face of hormonal deficiencies. Dizziness and lightheadedness, especially upon standing, are common complaints, often stemming from low blood pressure, a hallmark symptom of Addison's disease. These episodes can be disorienting and even lead to fainting, posing a risk of falls and injuries. Nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea can also plague individuals with Addison's disease, as the digestive system becomes disrupted due to hormonal imbalances and electrolyte disturbances. These gastrointestinal symptoms can further contribute to weight loss, dehydration, and overall weakness. One of the more visually striking symptoms of Addison's disease is hyperpigmentation, a darkening of the skin that occurs even in the absence of sun exposure. This unusual tanning effect arises from the body's attempt to compensate for the lack of cortisol. When cortisol levels plummet, the pituitary gland, a pea-sized gland located at the base of the brain, releases a surge of adrenocorticotropic hormone, or ACTH, into the bloodstream. ACTH normally stimulates the adrenal glands to produce cortisol, but in Addison's disease, this feedback loop is disrupted. The excess ACTH circulating in the bloodstream can stimulate melanocytes, the cells responsible for producing melanin, the pigment that gives our skin its color. This overstimulation of melanocytes leads to increased melanin production, resulting in patches of darkened skin, particularly in areas exposed to friction, such as the elbows, knees, knuckles, and creases of the palms. The hormonal imbalances characteristic of Addison's disease can also manifest in peculiar ways, including unusual food cravings and aversions. One of the most common cravings experienced by individuals with Addison's disease is an intense desire for salt. This salt craving stems from the body's desperate attempt to replenish its depleted sodium stores, a consequence of aldosterone deficiency. Conversely, individuals with Addison's disease might develop a decreased appetite and experience unexpected weight loss. This loss of appetite can be attributed to a combination of factors, including fatigue, nausea, and the body's overall metabolic dysregulation. The hormonal imbalances can disrupt the production of ghrelin and leptin, hormones that play crucial roles in regulating hunger and satiety, further contributing to appetite suppression and weight loss in Addison's disease. Addison's disease, with its far-reaching hormonal disruptions, can have a domino effect on other systems throughout the body. The cardiovascular system, responsible for circulating blood throughout the body, is particularly vulnerable to the effects of Addison's disease. Low blood pressure or hypotension, a hallmark symptom of the disease, can lead to lightheadedness, dizziness, and even fainting, especially upon standing. The nervous system, responsible for transmitting signals throughout the body, can also be affected by Addison's disease. Individuals with the disease might experience mood swings, irritability, anxiety, and even depression. These mood changes can be attributed to the hormonal imbalances, particularly the deficiency of cortisol, which plays a role in regulating mood and emotional responses. Furthermore, the chronic fatigue and other debilitating symptoms of Addison's disease can take a toll on mental health, leading to feelings of hopelessness and isolation. While Addison's disease typically progresses gradually, there are instances where it can escalate into a life-threatening condition known as an Addisonian crisis or adrenal crisis. This medical emergency occurs when cortisol levels plummet dramatically, often triggered by physical or emotional stress, such as a severe illness, surgery, or a traumatic event. During an Addisonian crisis, the body's ability to maintain blood pressure and blood sugar levels is severely compromised. Symptoms of an Addisonian crisis often appear suddenly and rapidly worsen, demanding immediate medical attention. Individuals experiencing an Addisonian crisis might exhibit severe weakness, dizziness, confusion, and even loss of consciousness. Low blood pressure, leading to shock, is a hallmark symptom, and dehydration can exacerbate the condition. Without prompt medical intervention, an Addisonian crisis can be fatal, highlighting the importance of recognizing the warning signs and seeking immediate care. Addison's disease, a disorder characterized by the adrenal gland's inability to produce sufficient hormones, can arise from various underlying causes. While the exact triggers remain an area of active research, scientists have identified several key culprits, with autoimmune responses emerging as the most common driver of this rare but potentially life-threatening condition. Understanding these underlying causes is crucial for developing effective treatments and preventive strategies for Addison's disease. Imagine the adrenal glands, those tiny but mighty hormone factories perched atop your kidneys, as delicate ecosystems vulnerable to disruption from both internal and external forces. Autoimmune attacks, where the body's own immune system mistakenly targets the adrenal glands, represent a significant threat to these endocrine powerhouses. Infections, particularly those caused by bacteria like tuberculosis, can also wreak havoc on the adrenal glands, leading to their dysfunction and the onset of Addison's disease. In the majority of Addison's disease cases, the culprit lies within the body's own defense system, the immune system. Under normal circumstances, the immune system acts as a vigilant guardian, identifying and neutralizing harmful invaders like bacteria, viruses, and parasites. However, in autoimmune disorders, the immune system malfunctions, mistaking the body's own tissues for foreign entities and launching an attack. In the case of Addison's disease, the immune system mistakenly identifies cells within the adrenal glands as enemies, deploying antibodies and immune cells to target and destroy these vital hormone producers. This autoimmune assault leads to inflammation and damage within the adrenal glands, impairing their ability to produce cortisol, aldosterone, and other essential hormones. As the adrenal glands struggle to function under this immune system siege, the delicate hormonal balance within the body is disrupted, leading to the wide-ranging symptoms characteristic of Addison's disease. While autoimmune responses represent the most common cause of Addison's disease in developed countries, infections, particularly tuberculosis, remain significant contributors to the disease's prevalence in other parts of the world. Tuberculosis, a bacterial infection that primarily affects the lungs, can spread through the bloodstream and lymph system, reaching other organs, including the adrenal glands. When tuberculosis bacteria invade the adrenal glands, they can cause inflammation, damage, and scarring, disrupting the gland's ability to produce hormones. This adrenal insufficiency resulting from tuberculosis infection is known as Addison's disease of infectious origin. In areas where tuberculosis is prevalent, particularly developing countries with limited access to healthcare and TB treatment, this infectious form of Addison's disease remains a significant public health concern. While autoimmune responses and infections account for the majority of Addison's disease cases, other, less common culprits can also contribute to adrenal insufficiency. These include genetic disorders, tumors, and certain medications. Genetic disorders that affect the adrenal gland's development or function can lead to Addison's disease, often presenting in infancy or early childhood. Tumors, both benign meaning non-cancerous and malignant meaning cancerous, can develop in the adrenal glands or nearby pituitary gland, disrupting hormone production and potentially leading to Addison's disease. Certain medications, such as those used to treat fungal infections or suppress the immune system, can also interfere with adrenal gland function as a side effect, potentially triggering drug-induced Addison's disease. While the exact causes of autoimmune Addison's disease remain elusive, researchers believe a complex interplay of genetic predisposition and environmental triggers might be at play. Certain genes might make individuals more susceptible to developing autoimmune disorders, including those that target the adrenal glands. These genes might influence the immune system's ability to distinguish between the body's own tissues and foreign invaders, increasing the likelihood of autoimmune attacks. Environmental factors such as viral infections, exposure to certain toxins, or even stress might then act as triggers, setting off the autoimmune response in genetically predisposed individuals. It's important to note that having a genetic predisposition to Addison's disease does not guarantee developing the condition. Many individuals with a genetic susceptibility never develop the disease, suggesting that environmental factors likely play a crucial role in triggering the autoimmune response. Sarah, a vibrant 28-year-old graphic designer, had always been a picture of health. Active and energetic, She juggled a demanding career with a fulfilling social life, rarely experiencing any health issues. However, over the past few months, Sarah had noticed a gradual decline in her energy levels. Initially dismissing it as work-related stress, she tried to push through the fatigue, but it only seemed to worsen. Along with the persistent fatigue, Sarah began experiencing other unusual symptoms. Her skin, naturally fair, seemed to be darkening, taking on a subtle bronze hue even without sun exposure. She also noticed an increased sensitivity to cold, feeling chilly even on warm days. Concerned about these changes, Sarah consulted her doctor, who initially attributed her symptoms to stress and recommended lifestyle modifications, including more rest and a balanced diet. While the exact causes of Addison's disease remain an active area of research, scientists have identified several risk factors that might increase an individual's susceptibility to developing this rare autoimmune disorder. Understanding these risk factors can help healthcare providers identify individuals who might benefit from closer monitoring and early intervention strategies. One of the most significant risk factors for Addison's disease is having a personal or family history of other autoimmune disorders. Individuals with conditions like type 1 diabetes, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, or rheumatoid arthritis, where the immune system attacks the body's own tissues, might be at an increased risk of developing Addison's disease. This suggests that a shared genetic predisposition to autoimmune disorders might underlie these conditions. Living with Addison's disease requires lifelong management. With proper treatment, individuals can lead full lives. Treatment restores hormonal balance disrupted by adrenal insufficiency. Imagine your body as an intricate clock, with each hormone as a gear. Addison's disease disrupts this machinery. Hormone replacement therapy provides the missing gears. This involves taking synthetic hormones lifelong. Hormone replacement therapy forms the bedrock of Addison's disease management, aiming to replenish the crucial hormones the adrenal glands can no longer produce adequately, primarily cortisol and aldosterone. These synthetic hormones, chemically identical to their naturally occurring counterparts, act as substitutes, restoring the body's hormonal equilibrium and alleviating the debilitating symptoms of Addison's disease. Cortisol replacement typically involves taking hydrocortisone, a synthetic form of cortisol, orally in tablet form. The dosage of hydrocortisone is carefully tailored to each individual's needs, considering factors like the severity of their adrenal insufficiency, their response to treatment, and their daily routine. Individuals with Addison's disease often need to adjust their hydrocortisone dosage during times of physical or emotional stress, as their bodies require higher levels of cortisol to cope with these demands. Determining the optimal dosage of hormone replacement therapy is crucial for effectively managing Addison's disease. Too little medication can leave individuals feeling fatigued, weak, and vulnerable to an adrenal crisis. On the other hand, excessive hormone replacement can lead to side effects such as weight gain, mood swings, and an increased risk of osteoporosis, which is the weakening of the bones. Finding the right balance often involves a period of trial and adjustment, working closely with a healthcare provider experienced in managing Addison's disease. Regular blood tests help monitor hormone levels, ensuring they fall within the target range. Individuals with Addison's disease also play an active role in this process, communicating any changes in their symptoms or side effects to their healthcare provider, allowing for timely adjustments to their medication regimen. While hormone replacement therapy forms the cornerstone of Addison's disease management, lifestyle modifications play a crucial supporting role in enhancing overall well-being and minimizing the impact of the condition on daily life. These modifications often involve simple yet effective strategies that can make a significant difference in managing energy levels, stress, and overall health. Maintaining a balanced and nutritious diet is paramount for individuals with Addison's disease. Consuming regular meals and snacks throughout the day helps regulate blood sugar levels, preventing the energy dips that can occur with adrenal insufficiency. Staying adequately hydrated is equally crucial, as dehydration can exacerbate the symptoms of Addison's disease, particularly low blood pressure and fatigue. Engaging in regular physical activity, tailored to individual fitness levels and preferences, can boost energy levels, improve mood, and enhance overall health. Living with Addison's disease presents unique challenges, but with the right knowledge and support, individuals can navigate daily life with confidence. Here are some practical tips for living well with Addison's disease. Wear a medical alert bracelet or necklace. This can be life-saving in an emergency. Carry an emergency injection kit. Your healthcare provider will instruct you on its use. Inform close friends and family about your condition. Educating loved ones empowers them to provide support. Be prepared when traveling with extra medication. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Connect with support groups or online communities for encouragement. Early diagnosis and ongoing medical care are paramount for effectively managing Addison's disease and preventing potentially life-threatening complications. If you experience persistent fatigue, unexplained weight loss, darkening of the skin, or other symptoms suggestive of Addison's disease, seek medical attention promptly. Your doctor will conduct a thorough medical history, physical examination, and order blood tests to measure hormone levels and rule out other conditions. Once diagnosed with Addison's disease, regular checkups with your healthcare provider are crucial for monitoring your condition, adjusting your medication regimen as needed, and addressing any concerns or questions you may have. Addison's disease, a rare autoimmune disorder that disrupts the delicate balance of hormones essential for life, often lurks in the shadows, its symptoms mistaken for other more common conditions. This lack of awareness can lead to delays in diagnosis and treatment, potentially resulting in serious health consequences for those affected. It is imperative that we shed light on this silent epidemic, empowering individuals and healthcare providers alike to recognize the telltale signs and seek timely medical intervention. We must move beyond the misconception that Addison's disease is a debilitating and insurmountable obstacle. While it is true that living with Addison's disease requires lifelong management and adaptation, it does not define or limit an individual's potential. With proper treatment, lifestyle modifications, and a supportive network, individuals with Addison's disease can lead fulfilling and active lives. Knowledge is power, and this rings especially true for those living with Addison's disease. Understanding the intricacies of this complex disorder, from its underlying causes to its multifaceted symptoms, empowers individuals to become active participants in their own healthcare journey. By recognizing the early warning signs and seeking prompt medical attention, individuals can initiate treatment promptly, mitigating the potential long-term health consequences of undiagnosed or poorly managed Addison's disease. Empowerment extends beyond individual knowledge to encompass open communication with healthcare providers. Building a strong and trusting relationship with a healthcare team experienced in managing Addison's disease is crucial. Individuals should feel comfortable discussing their symptoms, concerns, and any challenges they face in managing their condition. This open dialogue allows for tailored treatment plans, timely medication adjustments, and proactive management of potential complications. While a diagnosis of Addison's disease can initially feel overwhelming, it is essential to remember that it does not signify the end of normalcy or the pursuit of one's passions. Countless individuals living with Addison's disease stand as testaments to the human spirit's resilience and ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. They are athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, and professionals from all walks of life, demonstrating that with the right mindset and support system, Addison's disease need not define or limit one's potential. The journey of living with Addison's disease is one of continuous learning, adaptation, and self-advocacy. By embracing this journey, connecting with others who share similar experiences and maintaining a positive outlook, individuals with Addison's disease can transform this challenge into an opportunity for growth, resilience, and a deeper appreciation for the precious gift of life.